All right. In a collaboration with three great toy lines, let's talk Scoop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, of the 118 scale, 3.75 inch, 4-inch modern action figure community, I am back again with another video. And today, I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to work together on this. It's going to be a teamwork kind of day. What you have before you here is the logos representing three great toy companies. And with these three great logos, I'm going to put together a Scoop figure, and you guys are going to help me. I've never seen this figure put together in its entirety, and this will be the first time that we both see this figure as we build it together. All right. So without further ado, let's get into this. All right. So there we go. Get that out of there. And now what we're going to do is reveal the parts to create the Scoop action figure. Here we go. If you notice here, I went with a green camo pant and a yellow shirt. We all know Scoop is known for his yellow uniform, but my thought process here is, who would like to be on a battlefield with bullets flying wearing all yellow? So with that being said, I went with camo pants, and I swapped out the boots for black boots. Makes it more uniform, and his signature yellow shirt. Excellent. So if you don't know, the action figure Scoop was released in 1989 and this was the figure. However, the actual character was introduced in the comic. I think it was number 23, and he was actually a spy. Scoop's real name is Mike Leonard, and this is an actual real NBC reporter. And I don't know if he was a wartime reporter, but it's not out of the ordinary for G.I. Joe to cast real life people as their characters. For instance, you have Sergeant Slaughter, you have Tunnel Rat, and a few others. Refrigerator Perry. So it was not outside of the realm of normality, I guess you can say, for them to cast a real person. So yeah, we'll just pop that off, get that holster on there, right? Let's put that body back together. There you have it, holstered legs. All right, moving right along. So yeah, as we were discussing earlier, I'm sorry I was interrupted by a call from the wife. I actually have a couple things here to read about Scoop. And here it is. He was a spy. And the way it was told to me is that he joined Cobra because he was led to believe that G.I. Joe was responsible for the destruction of his house. They didn't say how they destroyed his house, but I bet they burned it. That's usually how people destroy a house. But, I mean, given all that artillery, probably blew it up. I don't know. But anyway, he joined Cobra, and he was sent to infiltrate the G.I. Joe organization. Now, you have it, a little green on him there. So after spying on G.I. Joe for some time, a glitch happened and enabled Scoop to see the real deal. In that, in fact, it was not G.I. Joe who burned his home, and it was Cobra that was responsible for burning or destroying his home. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if it was burned, but so he ended up defecting. He has a good friend who was a Crimson Guard and later became a Alley Viper. And yeah, once he defected back into the ranks of G.I. Joe, he no longer kept contact with that gentleman. Let me read for you here what I have. It says, Leonard Michaels, aka Scoop, first appeared in Operation Dragonfire as a news reporter covering the G.I. Joe team on a mission in the Himalayas. After saving Sergeant Slaughter from a burning building, he was offered a spot on the team. However, Scoop was actually a Crimson Guardsman working for Cobra to undermine the G.I. Joe team from the inside. The mission was personal payback for Scoop, who joined Cobra because he was told G.I. Joe was responsible for destruction of his family home. After spying on the Joes, a computer glitch at Cobra headquarters allowed Scoop to access a classified file on him. He learned that Cobra was responsible for the destruction of his home. Realizing he's on the wrong side, Scoop aided the Joe team in their efforts to defeat Cobra, but had to earn the trust of Lowlight, who had suspected Scoop was a spy early on. Scoop was close friends with a Crimson Guardsman who was undercover at the time. Jeez, that's confusing. Okay. He was at the Scoop was close friends with a Crimson Guardsman who was undercover at the Himalayan monastery that held one source of the mystical Dragonfire energy. Later, the Crimson Guardsman became an Alley Viper, but he and Scoop remain in touch until Scoop defects. So yeah, after all that, okay, we got some knee pads on. We got his vest. We got a drop-down leg holster. We have to find this guy a head. So this can go away. That can go away. That can go away. And here we have Scoop is starting to come together. Why can't I make him stand up? Okay, there you go. So that being said, he has defected from Cobra and is now trying to join the G.I. Joe team. But, you know, G.I. Joe must be all forgiving because, spies, they sometimes get killed. When they get discovered, all kinds of things happen to spies. So you can't just turn around and say, you know what, I'm sorry, my bad, I was on the wrong side. No more spying, because no one will ever trust you. A spy is multifaceted and has many ways of going about being a spy, even acting as if they're a friend, not foe. So these guys go to prison for lengthy sentences. They get executed. All kinds of stuff happens to spies. So I wouldn't want to be on Lowlight's bad side because Lowlight is a sniper. So the voice actor, once the Scoop character hit G.I. Joe, a real American hero back in 1989, the character, the voice actor was Michael Benier. And pretty much, I mean, Scoop's an interesting character. Let's move along and let's continue to put this guy together. I gotta find a head for him now. And let's see. He didn't look really old, so I gotta find something that's right there for him. That in it. Put it to my trusty pack of head sculpts. Maybe one of these two. What you think? I think I'm gonna go with this guy. Oh, snap that on. Ow! Jeez, hold on. All right, there you have that. I had to go off camera and put that head sculpt on. All right, let's get him to stand up here. There you have him before you. How's this teamwork going so far, ladies and gentlemen? Put that head back. All right, now I have to find some goggles to go. I don't think I have green and red goggles or red goggles, but I'm gonna look around for something. So there you have it. We dropped the helmet and some goggles on Scoop. Not Snoop. That would be an interesting action figure, Snoop. But yeah, well, this is Scoop at this time. So anyway, now, without further ado, stand up there, bro. All right. So let's talk Scoop's camera equipment. First of all, the original 1989 action figure came with a backpack, which was a satellite transmitter, and that's it. So what I did was I painted it, and then I colored the silver and gold, or I think that's more of a copper. I painted the silver and copper in with Sharpie. And being that this is a classic part, I didn't want to cut off the back peg. You know, the peg does not work for these modern figures. So I joined it to this ammo crate here, this ammo backpack here. And that way I can still keep it original, because this is a classic part and I don't want to damage it just in case, you know, it ever needs to get sold or ever decide I want to sell it. So there you have that pegged into the back of that. And then you have his original camera that I also did the same thing, painted it all black and then hit it with a silver Sharpie. There you have that. Excellent. And if you did not know that this camera pegs into the backpack, just like this. Pegs in. That is a camera and the backpack. It pegs in right there. All right, cool. So we'll put that on his back. So a little big back there, but for now, it'll do. I'll take that off. Here you have his camera equipment. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I put everything on to the Scoop figure. He's got a couple more cameras and accessories. And this, of course, is the acid rain photography kit. This is what I used to create my Scoop figure. Now, with the Marauders Task Force website, I could have went with any color of pants there. I chose this camo color because, you know, he's going to be at war and hanging out with troops. However, unlike other, I guess, battlefield reporters or wartime reporters, Scoop is actually a member of G.I. Joe or Cobra, whichever way you want to spin it. So he is actually a soldier that records. But a lot of times, wartime reporters are not battle trained. They are just reporters that are inserted with units, and they are in the thick of things. They are also very vulnerable to being shot while out there, just like anyone else on that battlefield. And here's a little tidbit of information for you. Approximately 153 reporters were killed in battle, and these are non-combatant reporters. These are just regular reporters who suit up and go in and insert themselves with soldiers in different units while at war. 153 of them since World War II, or is it World War One? I'm sorry. But ultimately, that's a huge number. So these guys are this job is very dangerous. This job is not one that you would want to take just for the glory. You got to assume the responsibility and assume that you could be killed while doing this job. So with that being said, Scoop is highly praised. So let's take a look at him. So I used a Boss Fight Studio stand to hold him up because he's got a lot of gear on. There's his large camera, which is very plain. I should have hit it with the Sharpie also, but maybe that's down the line. Maybe later on I'll do something like that, but for now, I want to keep it as is. You have his helmet. I got green and black goggles, no red. I do have red goggles, but they're gray and red. It's okay. I don't want to use that. Then you have his backpack, which I hit with flat black paint. And then I went over the areas with a Sharpie. And I'm sorry, I smacked the camera. And this is the Sharpie that I use to do that. This is a copper Sharpie or bronze, sorry. But it does look copper once you do it. It looks good for wires. And that's what I use to hit it right there, hit it right there. You know, just to change it up a little. I also have a gold, but I haven't used that for anything here. And then you have these Sharpies, which are more like paint. You hear that clicking? That's got a ball bearing inside. And this is more like a paint. And I hit like all of my mistakes areas with this. So at some point, I'm going to go over it with a clear coat. But for now, we're here, we're talking. And this is how it's going to go for now. So I have other cameras. You have this guy right here. I don't know if you can see that. This also came in the photography kit. And this long barrel lens is replaceable. You can change it for the shorter one. Just pop it out. It just pegs in just like everything else in this modern action figure world. You have another camera here. And I have another camera here, which this is actually a camera for a 12-inch figure, but it still fits nonetheless. And here it is. But it's cool. But just opening this screen actually broke one of the tabs off. So, whatever. That thing's cheap. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you enjoy this Scoop figure. I hope you are willing to take my advice and create your own. I could have done the brown khaki pants, and I might still do that. But for now, I just like them like this. And yeah, his crate for all of his equipment is there. And pretty much that's it. There you have it. Mike Leonard's, aka Scoop. So with that being said, you guys have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. I'll answer them at my earliest convenience. With that being said, I'm out. Thank you for taking your time with me. Thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you on the next one. It's kind of a toss-up on what the next one will be. It might be Slice. So who knows? Well, with that being said, thank you for checking me out. All right, later. Be safe, everyone.